Hey, you guys, can you hear me? Okay, I can hear myself in the other room. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I am so excited. I want you to like get out your notebooks, get out your pencil. We are going to talk about some meat and potatoes, some nuts and bolts, and I really want to kind of give you guys some insight. And I'm going to call this whole thing promotion commotion. Like, how are you going to get from where you are right now to where you want to go in your Arbonne business? And so I'm going to cover four things for those of you guys who are note takers. And I really feel like after listening to all the speakers today, I'm like, dang, I just kind of get to take everything that everybody said, package it all up together, put a pretty little bow on it, and send you guys out on a mission to get what you need out of this business for your whys and for all the hundreds and thousands of lives that you get to change because you said yes to Arbonne. So, the four things we're going to cover today are writing your goal down, speaking life over yourself, visualizing your goals, and how to talk the talk. How do you talk to people? How in the world do you ask people to take a look at what you have to offer? So, number one, write it down. Get out your notebook, take out your ink pen, and I want you to write in big, huge letters at the very top of your notebook what your goal is. What is it? What is your goal? What's your goal for the month of April? I know that today is April 23rd. I don't care. What's your no matter what goal? What's your goal for May? What's your first quarter goal, your second quarter goal, your third quarter goal? Because I asked my leaders this just the other day. We're 4 months in to 2022. Where are you going before December 31st, 2022? And I want to ask you guys this question. And Christine just talked about this a little bit, but if you know your goal and you know you're working towards something, where's it posted? You guys, my goals are wrote all over my house. They're on sticky notes, they're hanging up in my office, they're at my bedside. I have moved 3 times in my Arbonne business, and every single time I've moved, I've cried because I've literally taken down vision boards of Maui and MVP qual and dates and deadlines. And just like Jessica Conley talked about earlier today, the goal never changed, but the date changed. So if you're serious and you know what your goal is, where's it posted? Okay. So now that you know what your goal is, okay, you have to have one. Like, you can't just not write anything down on your paper. Write it down right now. Like, just stop what you're doing and write it down. You have to work backwards from there. Okay. So if you wrote down region qual 40,000, area manager qual 10,000, district manager 6,000, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, like, if you're a consultant and your goal is not district, of course your goal needs to be district. But if you're gonna go for 6,000 and go district, like, you're just right there. You're like that close to area manager qual. So just say area manager 10,000. I'm going to trust Whitney. We're going to work backwards from there. So subtract where you are today, like what your team's success line QV is today. And I want you to take that remainder number and divide by 363. And I know what all of you guys are thinking, oh, that's the QV for the 30 days to healthy living kit. Okay, the number that you get, you guys, it's not the number of kits that I want you to go out and sell to hit your goal. It's the number of lives that you get to change. Okay, so 363 is the healthy living QV, and that's how I like to break my goals down. I like to work backwards from there, and that number is a direct result of how many people I know I have the opportunity to go out and touch and talk to and be in relationship with, and I get to change their life. So did you guys know that no matter what your goal is right now, I don't care if it's district, area, region, nation, any of it, every single one of those goals are achieved the exact same way. I don't care if the QV is 160,000 or 6,000. It's achieved the exact same way, and it all boils down to one thing. And it's, again, not the kits you're going to sell, it's the lives that you get to change. So how are you staring at this mountain? Because you guys all, I know I've been a consultant working to go district. I've been a district working to go area. Been an area working to go region. I've been a region working to go nation. I know that sometimes you look at that and you're like, oh, that's a mountain. No, it's not. Break it down into bite-sized pieces. Whose life are you going to change because of this goal that you just set? So let me ask you a question, like, do you know where you're going? Because if you're clueless or you're lost, or if you're here today or listening to this or listening to the recording and you're the person that's going, well, I'm just going to see what happens. You know, we started the month off with spring break. I don't know. I'm just going to play it out. We'll just see how it goes. But next month is is my month. Like if you're saying we're just going to see what happens, you have no vision or direction for where you're headed. And if you have no vision or direction for where you're headed or where you want to go, nobody's going to follow you. And I'm not talking about just building a team. Like, I'm not just talking about business builders. I'm even talking about your clients, like the future clients that you're going to have. They're not going to purchase from you if you're non-committal, If you don't have a goal, if you don't have vision, if you don't have direction, people don't want to buy from people that aren't committed. People don't want to trust you with their life, with their health, with this big issue, this hairy, scary goal that they have. They don't want to trust you if you're half in and half out. So, guys, writing down a goal is more important than you know. That goal is not about you. That goal that you just wrote down at the top of your paper is about someone else. And if you don't go to work to make it happen, you're doing them a disservice and an injustice. So if you don't have a goal, you guys, you're never going to start. You're just going to be like walking around in circles, pacing your bedroom, pacing your office, trying to figure out what you're going to do. Your vision has to be crystal clear. Your goal has to be super specific to even start to gain traction in your Arbonne business. So if you feel like you're struggling to gain traction, I want to ask you, do you have a goal? A goal is a personal promise to your future self. Do what you said you were going to do long after the feeling that you said it in is gone. Tip number 2, or bullet point number 2. Now that you know where you're going, we have to practice speaking life over ourselves. Okay. Now, I think this is something that cannot be skipped over. Okay. And I truly want you guys to, every single day, I want you to take a 30-day challenge. I know it's April 23rd. I don't care. Like starting today, 30-day challenge, positive affirmations every single day for 30 days. And then message me on Facebook. I don't really care for Instagram, just FYI. Message me on Facebook and tell me that it didn't change your life after you do positive affirmations every day. If you don't know what a positive affirmation is, start simple. Like start by staring yourself in the mirror, like face to face. Look yourself in the eyes and say, I don't know, I'm so happy for today. I'm so grateful for the day that God has given me. I have this like little saying that I like to say. I'm sure a lot of you guys have said it, and I have said this probably for the last 6 years. But the goals changed, right? The dates changed. The goal never changed, but the date changed. And I look myself in the mirror every single day when I was a thriving area, going region, a struggling region, an okay region. At every single phase of my business, I have faced myself, looked myself in the eyes, and said this affirmation. I am so happy and grateful for my perfect health, my unstoppable confidence, and my constant abundance of time, freedom, and finances in my life. I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities, and I will be blank. And right now, I'm saying I will be a 4-wide executive national vice president by December 31st, 2022. So, what is your goal? Insert it in the blank. And I have to say it 5 times a day. Okay. I have to tell myself that when I wake up, if I'm doubting, if I'm weary, if my kids are being crazy and they like totally wreaked havoc on my morning, I say it. I say it when I don't feel like it. I say it when I need it the most. You guys, I say it anyway. Okay. So I practiced this for years, even when I felt like I was a team of one, even when my husband wasn't on board and he was like, what are you doing? You need to be focused on the kids, or you need to make sure the house is clean, or you need to do this, you need to do that. I said it when I felt like my life was falling apart. And I'm telling you that I feel like this is more important than you even give it credit to, because your head, you guys, this game, Arbonne, is won or lost in your mind. It's the 6 inches between your 2 ears that will take you out of this business before anything else. It's not the nose, it's not the naysayers, it's your head. So take that 30-day challenge. What you think about, you bring about. Number 3, now that you know your goals and you're starting to speak life over yourself, this is all getting to promotion, because I'm telling you, you're not going to change lives in this business until you get a hold of these things. Okay. So, number 3, you know your goals, you're speaking life over yourself. You have to visualize. Now, I thought this was so stupid when I started Arbonne. I'm not going to lie. I was like, visualize. Like, I'm not a yoga person. I'm not a meditation person. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, close my eyes, play some music. It's a real thing. Okay. And you have to be able to visualize the moment that you have achieved this thing that you're working for. And maybe you're not working for a title. I'm not saying work for a title, work for your whys 100%, but know that you pushing and growing through the next level is directly going to impact and change other people's lives. Okay. So I had to visualize that next level of success for me. And I want you guys to visualize that. Maybe it is matching your income at your job. Maybe it is visualizing, telling your kids, you know what, I don't have to go to work anymore. I'm going to be here when you wake up in the morning. I'm going to be the one that tucks you into bed at night. Like, visualize those feelings and that emotions. Like, what are you working for? Maybe it's visualizing telling your husband, hey, you know what? Like, oh my gosh, Ramona's story this morning. Like, visualize yourself telling your husband, you don't have to worry about that job because I've got us, because I've got Arbonne. Like, what does that do to your heart? What does that do to your soul? And I wanted to share my screen just for a second because I wanted to show you guys that I made a vision board 2 years ago. And my vision, and I hope you guys can see this. Carlita, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this? Okay, this was my vision board, you guys. And every single day in the dark at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, when I felt like everything around me was just falling apart, I would wake up in the quiet time and I would pray and I would play this song, It Is Well With My Soul. And you guys can see this picture right here because my favorite part of that song is when she says, and this mountain that's in front of me will be thrown into the midst of the sea. And I would listen to that song, and the whole entire time that song was on, I would stare at my vision board. I would visualize these things coming to fruition. And I put a picture of Maui on there. And I would envision myself standing next to my husband and him just wrapping his arms around me, healthy and happy to be there. And he would say, thank you. You did it. We did it. You did what you said you were going to do. And every single morning I would cry and I would weep and I would read this scripture and I would listen to this song and I would visualize my goals. And eventually it came to fruition. It became the very thing that I had thought about and meditated on and prayed for, you guys. So if you think visualization is stupid, like I used to think, I want you to know that it moves mountains. It's minding your mind, it's taking care of your head. So visualizing your goals and where you're going is huge. So you've got your goals, you're posting them everywhere, you're visualizing them, you're speaking life over yourself, you're working backwards and breaking it down. And hang on, I'm getting lost in my notes here. You're working backwards, you're breaking it down, and you now have to go talk to people. Okay, so you've got your head right, you have to talk to people. Your life will only change, you guys, when you become more committed to your dreams than your comfort zone. So talking to people sometimes is uncomfortable because your heart just wants to like pound out of your chest and you're like, "Oh my gosh, these products are amazing. This business is amazing. This community is amazing. This culture is amazing." Like, I just want to tell other people about it, but that's outside of your comfort zone. I don't care how you talk to people. If you're not like the one in a million that's like, "I'm so bubbly, I'm so extroverted out." We all feel a little sort of uncomfortness when we go to share Arbonne with people. So remember, your life will only change when you become more committed to these dreams than you are your comfort zone. So how do you talk to people about the business? I think, and what I want to start with, I'm going to talk about two different groups and categories of people. How do you talk to people who are maybe already your clients? I would argue to say that every single one of you guys listening here probably at least has one client. Like you have one person that's washing their face with age or you have one person that's drinking fizz. Like you guys have a client. So how do we talk to them? But then how do we also talk to people who are not yet clients or they don't even have an Arbonne ID? So let's start with the people who already have Arbonne in their life. You guys, I like to plug them into what we have. You guys, Carlita does a call every Monday night. Your Regener Nation may do a call, depending on what, like, you got to be plugged into your success line. You got to know what is offered for your clients, for your team, for everyone. And so again, it goes back to everything that everybody said today. Don't reinvent the wheel, right? Like you have a client, they're already loving the products, plug them into the next thing. Like, do they know about the skincare? Plug them into a call about that. Are they a part of our Healthy Living as a Lifestyle page? Like, are they a part of that? Like, can you expose them to more? Plug them into the things that are already working for you. Okay. Suggest the upgrade. You guys, this is so easy. And I harp on my team about this every single Friday, just FYI, like multiple times a week. I'm telling my team to suggest the upgrade. And it's so simple. Like, this is my one liner. Have you thought about upgrading your account? I would love to show you how you can earn an income by sharing your story. It's that simple. Like, I don't care if they're a huge lover of the age well. I don't care if they're a huge lover of the makeup. I don't care if they're a huge lover of the 30-day. It applies to all. Have you thought about upgrading your account? It's a yes or no answer. Like, they're going to tell you, no, you're crazy. And if they tell you you're crazy, then you get to address it and take it further. And this is what I was telling my team earlier today, guys, don't overthink how simple this is. Like, have you asked them to upgrade or have you not? Yes or no. Maybe you're servicing them, maybe you're chatting with them, but you've never asked them to upgrade. Okay. Another thing that I like to say to people, depending on who they are and their personality, if they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. This is so amazing. I feel so great." I'm like, you should do this business with me. Like, so simple. Do not overcomplicate the ask. Just get the conversation started. Did you guys know that it takes on average 8 to 10 exposures before somebody says yes? So don't just think in your head that you're going to have to suggest the upgrade one time. You might have to do it week after week after week after week. And some of the very people that are here today and sitting in that next room, I did it week after week after week after week. And they didn't say, you know what, return my box of fizz because you keep asking me to upgrade. They didn't say that. They weren't like, I hate the 30 days to healthy living because you asked me to upgrade every Friday. They did not say that, you guys. I kept loving on them. I kept building that relationship with them, like we heard from Maggie earlier today. And I said, you know what? I know that you love the way that you feel right now. You should totally do this business with me. And when they said, girl, you're crazy, I was like, okay, just telling you, you would be amazing. That's it. P.S. What are you having for dinner tonight? Conversation moves on. Like, this is not a mortgage decision, right? Like, this is a Snickers decision or a Twix decision. This is so simple. This conversation is not like, oh my gosh, let's pause everything that we're doing. Let's hyperventilate. Let's get our blood pressure up and really freak this person out. Like, that's not what it's about. It's such a simple ask. Just do it because you might have to do it 8 to 10 times before somebody says yes. You guys, we're in the business of planting and sowing. You reap what you sow, later than you sow, greater than you sow. So just sow the seeds. And after you sow the seeds, you have to go water them. Water those seeds, you guys. If you plant that seed and you don't ever follow up again, guess what? You might not build the business of your dreams. And if you don't build the business of your dreams, you might fall off the bandwagon tomorrow. And if you did that, that seed you planted, somebody else is going to come by and pick the fruit off of it after it's been watered and after it's taken care of. So you want to make sure that when you plant those seeds, you're taking care of it, you're watering it, and that you stick around and do the do long enough to see the harvest from the hard works that you have done. So how do you invite folks to take a look at the business who are not clients? Maybe you're like, oh man, I've got that dream team list and I really want to talk to these people ASAP. You should. You got to plant the seed. You got to talk to them ASAP, right? So how do we do that? What does that look like? My favorite thing to do is just call out the greatness in other people. Like, more than likely they're on your dream team list because you think they're awesome and wonderful. And one of the things that's hit me so hard here lately, you guys, is I would argue to say that most of us on this Zoom and listening to this recording, like if I asked you, like, are you an Instagram influencer? Do you have millions of followers? We're all going to be like, no, I'm not an influencer. That's not me. You guys, that's how I am. But you know what someone said to me the other day? Someone said, you might not think that you're actually, I think it was Group Rocher, actually. They said, you might not think that you're an influencer, but you have influence in your network. So you are an influencer. Your influence on your network is not attached to your following, you guys. What you have to say can either pour into other people's lives or take away from other people's lives. So, who do you know that adds influence to your life? Maybe it's your Sunday school teacher. Maybe it's someone that you go to church with. Maybe it's someone in your kids' school. Like, who is of influence? I don't care what their following is or how many friends they have. Who's a world changer? Who is always like leaves a positive impact on you every single time you have interaction with them. So identify those people. We know how to identify them. And then you just have to say it. Like, literally just like pay them a compliment. And if you see a need or if you can identify a need, you can bring that up. But I like to brag on people. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what? Like, you are amazing. Every time I talk to you, you just make me feel so loved and so special. I don't know if you know anything about what I do, but I have a business with a company called Arbonne, and you would be a rock star. Like, I would love to give you some more information. Do you have like 10 minutes? If I sent you a video, would you check it out? Don't overcomplicate it. Like, they're probably not going to tell me no because I just told them they're awesome and amazing and wonderful. They're like, wow, this girl's so sweet. Like, yeah, I'll watch your video because they feel good about the compliment that I just paid them. And maybe you see a need or you identify a need, like maybe your friend calls you and they're like, you know what, Whitney, I don't know what I'm going to do. We need $1,500 like yesterday. I'm going to say, like, hey, listen, I know this is a really hard time right now, but I've got this Arbonne business. I know you know about it, but I'm telling you, I can help you make an income. Like, are you seeing the greatness in people and can you identify the need and just ask? And you've heard it from some of my team today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. And if you have to put your phone down and walk away, then put it down and walk away. But do not make this about you. Don't make this about how you think that they think about you because you did the right thing. You just go do the right thing and you let God take care of the rest of it, right? So I want to help you guys find a team as soon as possible so that you can take this business from wherever you are to get to wherever it is that you want to go, and you're building your business strong and stable the right way. So again, I know all of you guys at least have 5 clients. Honest truth, honest gut check. Have you asked them, all of them? No prejudging, no preconceived, notions, like none of that. Have you asked them to upgrade their account? Could you do that today? Could you go to my team reports? Could you go to PCs? Could you check in with them and be like, you know what? I've been thinking Have you ever thought about upgrading your account? Because I think you would be amazing. Like just an icebreaker. Just break the ice. Just ask them. Because you know what? They're going to be your number one advocate. Like I think about Carlita. She was like hunting people down to buy RE9. Like I'm sure that they were like, oh man, Carlita's going to be awesome at Arbonne because she wants this stuff so bad. You guys are like, that's just the easy ask, right? Don't leave people out. Go to your dream team too, because like you guys heard from Casey earlier today, and I think about that. And if you're, you're a serious business builder, you're like, I'm a lifer, I'm going to be like, I want you to listen to this story. Casey is in my business today because someone who quit wrote her down on their dream team list. Like, are you writing people down on your dream team list? And if you're helping people with their dream team, like, are you networking their network? I friend requested Casey because I thought I was just helping out my new consultant. I was like, you know what? I'm going to help this new consultant out. I'm going to friend request Casey. And maybe through both of us, she'll see Arbonne is awesome. Arbonne is wonderful. She's going to see your life on, she's going to see your life on Facebook. She's going to see my life on Facebook. And we're going to get Casey. Like, she's going to be an Arbonne lifer because she's going to see Arbonne is awesome. I had no idea that that one girl was going to quit. But I'm forever grateful that I sent Casey a friend request. And I'm forever grateful that I challenged that new girl to write out her dream team list, right? Like work smarter, not harder. If people are writing their dream team list and they're introducing you, like network your network, like be that evidence and sound for your team, right? So that's key. And then the last thing I want to leave you with, you guys, is let's go area. Do not overcomplicate this. Can you help 9 people change their life through using our products? 9, like just 9. Can you help 9 people? And then can you go help 2 other people upgrade and help 9 people? Okay. I'm not talking about 29. I'm not talking about 99, like just 9. I would argue to say you at least have 30 contacts in your cell phone. You at least probably have 100 friends on Facebook. 9 of them need what you have to offer. Okay. The fundamental key to success is action. Action is the fundamental key to success. I don't care how you read it, it's the same thing. Are you taking action or are you overthinking how you're going to take the action? Stop overthinking. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Your action step today, when we hop off of here, is to reach out to at least 10 people about upgrading their account from PC to independent consultant, and then making a list, a new dream team list of 10 new people that you can reach out to and send a video to and share the hope of what we have to offer with Arbonne. And I get to throw it over to Tammy Clinton, who's going to wrap